Though many of us see penalty kicks as boring and predictable, some takers find a way to prove us wrong. So today we would like to show you the most creative and hilarious penalty kicks football has ever seen. Dear friends, if you enjoy our videos, please leave a like and drop a comment to help its promotion, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click the bell button so that you get a notification once our new video is out. But before we get into it, we would like to give your football knowledge a test. Back in the 90s, there was a league where penalty shootouts looked completely different. Instead of taking a shot from the spot, the taker started 35 yards away from goal and was given 5 seconds to beat the keeper. What league are we talking about? Russian Premier League, MLS, K-League, Faroe Islands Premier League? Please leave your answers in the comments and get ready for watching. Let's go! In October 2005, Arsenal were to take a penalty against Manchester City in a Premier League game. The score was 1-0 61 minutes in. The Gunners had already converted one penalty at that point and were in control of the game. So two Arsenal attackers were getting ready to take another one, and they decided to do it in Johan Cruyff style. But Perez, who tried to pass the ball to Henry, didn't hit it, but barely touched the ball with his foot instead. Henry in turn was too slow to react, so the City defender was there first. And of course, retaking the penalty was never an option, as the referee awarded a free kick in favor of City. An epic fail from the two legendary Frenchmen, to say the least. One of the most viral penalties of 2017, the Bangkok player hit the ball, and the goalkeeper was already celebrating. However, the ball's trajectory ruined all his joy as the ball landed behind the goal line, thus teaching the keeper a lesson he will never forget. Interestingly, that shootout was quite a story by itself. It was a nerve-wracking semi-final game, and the final score was 20-19 in favor of Bangkok. And here's how the footballers helped their opponent to score a penalty. The keeper parried the shot, but then the defender, who tried to make a clearance, hit his teammate's foot and the ball ricocheted into the net. Now to the most iconic penalty of Euro 2016, taken by Simone Zaza. His side Italy played Germany. Simone came in as a sub for Chiellini in the final minute of the second extra time, and his penalty was one to remember. He slowly jogged up to the ball as he took a funny-looking run-up and then smashed it miles away from the goal. No wonder the video of his miss went viral, as Zaza became a hero of many and many memes. Take a look at some of them. The best replay of Zaza's penalty run-up. Here's little Zaza learning how to kick a ball. The true version of Zaza's penalty kick. The West Bromwich-Swansea Championship match is going to be remembered for this penalty kick, probably one of the worst in all the history of football. The Norwegian Bersan Salina tried to place a Panenka, but tripped over his own foot and gave it away. West Brom, however, showed no gratitude for such a gift, as that game ended with a 3-0 defeat for the Welsh side. In this particular case, the goalkeeper intended to make a mockery of his opponent, who was to take a penalty kick. Köln were awarded a penalty against Augsburg, and their opponents rushed to the referee. Meanwhile, the keeper Marvin Heath was digging the pitch around the spot with his studs. As a result, the Köln striker slipped and his shot was saved. As Heath later explained, everyone felt that it was not a penalty, but later apologized and said it would never happen again. The United Arab Emirates player Awana Tayyab found a most creative way of taking a penalty. After a run-up, he suddenly turned around and hit it with his heel. The Lebanese goalkeeper was too shocked to react, and the ball went in. The taker was given a yellow card for that, but it's surely not a big deal when your team is 5-2 ahead. The funny incident took place in a French 5th division match. A penalty was taken, the ball hit the post and then bounced off the goalkeeper's back. His opponents took two more shots from close range, but the keeper somehow managed to deny them both. A remarkable display of skill and a piece of luck. Once upon a time in Hungary, the penalty taker pretended he was Bruno Fernandes. The execution, however, left much to be desired. When he made a pose, he tripped over the pitch and misplaced his pivot foot. So instead of finishing it with style, the taker fell over and his shot went wide. This penalty, taken by the Barcelona defender Javier Mascherano, was a really funny one, should we mind its backstory. Throughout his 7 years at Barca, Javier didn't score once as there was only own goals from the Argentine. Barcelona were to take a penalty against Osasuna late in the game. When the score was already 6-1 in favor of the Blaugrana, Lionel Messi, the first choice taker, had already been subbed off, so Gerard Piqué forbade all his teammates to approach the ball and asked Rakitic to give it to Mascherano. At that moment, you could already see all the Barca bench smiling. Mascherano came up to take the penalty and smashed it in with authority. All the Barca players were now laughing and cheering for their teammate who had at last scored his debut goal for the club. Luis Suarez was the one having the most fun. Just look at the Uruguayan's reaction to Mascherano's first and last goal for the Blaugrana. Paul Pogba went for quite an extravagant penalty in a Champions League game against Young Boys. It seems like the Frenchman tried to recreate Simone Zaza's notorious penalty, as he made 26 little steps before taking a shot. The ref didn't say a word, and unlike the Italian, Paul found the net in the end. Another funny thing about this episode was Jose Mourinho's reaction. Just look how captivated he was. The Red Devils were awarded a penalty late in the game, and Chicharito took the responsibility. Unfortunately, the striker failed to keep his composure. He slipped and missed. Now take a look at the United bench. The reaction of Van Gaal and his assistant Ryan Giggs says it all. It seems like at that moment they both decided that Chicharito wouldn't take penalties anymore. The goalkeeper did his best to confuse the taker with his cartwheels and jumps. However, though he tried really hard to get on his opponent's nerves, he kept his calm and sent the ball in. Now it was his turn to have fun as he celebrated his goal and the victory with a fancy-looking cartwheel. The Blaugrana goalkeeper's save against Valencia ended up being a comical one. Ter Stegen managed to save Parejo's shot but failed to fix the ball in his hands, so it went in through his arms. But that wasn't the most amusing thing, as that blooper is going to be remembered for the Germans' clumsy role. Now to yet another lesson. Fix the ball before you celebrate. This story took place in a cup game in Morocco. The goalkeeper saved the penalty and turned towards the stands to celebrate his save, but the ball is round, so it may swirl into the net. And that's exactly what happened. That shot went in, and the goal stood to the embarrassment of the keeper. Alessandro Del Piero is one of the greatest Italian footballers of all time, whose career had both moments of greatness and hilarious moments. Well, at least one of them. In 2009, Juventus played Aston Villa in a friendly tournament called the Peace Cup. Alex took a penalty, and it looked like he changed his mind at the very last moment, so his shot went right into the goalkeeper's hands. A moment of shame Del Piero would surely like to forget. It was the 1994 World Cup opening ceremony, held in the United States, and the famous singer Diana Ross taking a shot from the spot was supposed to become its climax. But things didn't go according to plan. Diana missed, but the goal still broke into 2 pieces, which looked quite ridiculous. Who knows, probably it was that very scene that inspired the Shaolin Soccer movie director. The legend Lionel Messi once decided to outsmart the goalie, but was only given a yellow card. The Argentine made a stop right before the shot, thus violating the rules, as such thing gives the taker an advantage. So the keeper had already made a jump, and all Leo had to do was to roll the ball into the opposite direction. The referee was quick to react. He showed Messi a yellow and ordered him to retake the penalty. Dear friends, what other ridiculous penalty kicks do you remember? Please share your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching, and see you soon.